Hey AfterBuzzers, we are talking Better Things, Episode 8, Scary Fun, and Episode 9, Hair of the Dog. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I like this.
Isn't this a good song?
Yeah.
These are my friends, Riss and Rach. Their EP just came out, and this is their single, Look at Me, so go check it out. It's all over iTunes, but welcome, guys. We're very excited to be here. It is not my usual panel, but I have Rhelin here to talk Better Things. Where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at RayTaylorGang, and then you can find me on Instagram at RaylinTaryn. And I can't wait to talk about Better Things. This is so new for me. Let's discuss it.
It's a good one. And hey guys, I'm your host, Renee Ariel. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Renee Ariel. And go check out Riss and Rach's EP. It's really great. But let's dive in. So Rhelin has not seen this show yet.
No.
This was her first episode.
Yes.
First, before we even talk about the last episode, what did you think of your first Better Things experience?
My first Better Things experience, I like it. I actually feel like I'm going to go back at home on demand, watch all the episodes that I've missed.
Yeah.
And then, what episode is this? Is it 8 and 9?
This is 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to binge watch it this
Do
weekend.
it.
And then, so whenever anybody's out, I'll just hop on in.
I'll hop on in.
Yeah, I like it. So it's so funny. I love the way it's written.
Yeah, it's very real. That's what we love about the show.
Yes.
It's a very realistic, raw show.
Yeah.
And they just do a great job of just having real family situations and making them hilarious.
Yes.
And also probably not want to have
Which
kids.
FX is doing really good with. They're always bringing real life issues and situations to TV.
Yeah,
which I love.
Definitely. Well, the episode you missed was episode 8, Scary Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much in this episode, it was focused a lot on Frankie, which is the middle child.
Yes.
And she and Sam.
I love her haircut.
I know, right? The curly little
Yeah,
thing, the
it's
bang almost,
really
kind of a
cute.
bang. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's awesome. But her and the mom, Sam, were having like a prank war. And it was kind of that episode where the middle child feels less loved, but they were pranking back and forth. It was a very cute episode. Yeah, so it was kind of a Halloween episode. Max got her heart broken by some guy. We didn't see the text that got her heart broken. But again, I love this show because you can leave it up to your imagination, and it's so realistic. Like we get a text from a guy,
men,
right? Like, have you ever just gotten a text that just shatters you?
Oh yeah, you feel like kind of like hot all over, and you're like kind of like you embarrass yourself, but you didn't. But it's like, whoa.
Exactly. And so, but the episode ends really cute. Instead of anyone going trick-or-treating, everyone stays in and watches scary movies. And also the other big thing that happened was the little one, Duke. So she's very young, and I never swore when I was her age, but the big thing last episode was that Duke says shit. Yeah.
Wow. How old is she?
I believe I want to say she's 8. Wow. I know. And so she says her first swear word, and that is pretty much what her character storyline is that episode. And I want to know, so as a child, when did you start, when was it okay for you to swear in front of or is it still okay to swear in front of your parents or anything?
Okay, like only in the heat of the moment. Like if I call my mom and I'm like upset and I'm like, you know what happened to me today? And then she that's like my free pass to say a swear. But I don't even know. I didn't get to that point till maybe college.
Yeah, see, me neither.
I started college 3 years ago.
Yeah, so it's like recently.
So very recently. So yeah.
I never was allowed to swear at her age. Not even, no, I could not. But I also don't think I did.
Yeah.
And then if I did, I think it was maybe
It definitely was a playground thing. Maybe middle school, 7th grade. I thought it was tough.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I can swear. You want to hear a word? I'll say it. But never in front of your parents. And the funny thing is, Sam in that episode is like, oh, my baby's first swear word.
She's a cool mom.
She is a cool mom. But that is pretty much what happened in episode 8. Let's jump into episode 9 because Rhelin actually watched this episode.
Woo!
And we're going to get into discussion. So we start off the episode with a very funny conversation with Sam and her mother in the car talking about shaving.
Yeah.
I have never had that conversation with my mother.
I never have either. I was kind of like, huh? What's happening?
And it's so comical just watching them go back and forth. And I feel like Sam is so outspoken and really doesn't have a filter, but I love that even she doesn't want to hear too much. Like her mom. Yeah.
I was like, she's even cringing when her mom's like, well, your dad liked it. He's like, la 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 la.
What do you think of Phyllis as a character?
I like her. I love her accent actually too.
I know.
I was like, oh, okay. But I think she's cute. So
she is really cute. Actually, in the last episode, she played a prank on Sam and Frankie, where she got her mail delivered to Sam's house, and so Sam and Frankie were bringing it to Phyllis's house, and then she was laying on the ground face down, and they thought she maybe had a heart attack, had a stroke. They didn't know, and they were freaking out. And then she gets up and she starts laughing. She's like, "I got you guys." That is a terrible prank.
Horrible, but I guess the apple doesn't far from the tree, so you have a cool grandma, cool mom, so the kids will probably be cool too. So
you hope so. Right now they're in a bratty stage. But back to this episode. So we see Sam take Max and her friend Paisley to a concert to Joe Walsh.
And right before that too, we did see her have this conversation on the phone with.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Okay, that confused me. I believe we met a new friend.
Yes.
We don't know who he is. They're definitely friends, and they were talking about this relationship with this guy. Well, I mean, she was using him for sex. She said.
Yes.
But I don't know if I missed this completely. There was someone earlier in the season who she was texting and maybe sexting, or she used to hook up with him. But that was it. We dropped the ball on that one. Many episodes ago.
Okay.
So we don't know who this guy is.
So could he be the guy from the past episode?
Be. He definitely could be. And then it seemed like
he said he wanted something real with her, a relationship.
Yeah.
To her, she doesn't want anything.
She doesn't want that. But it was a very cute conversation. I hope we get to see more of this guy who also was like, dropped this loser. His loser was, oh gosh, what was his name? Grant. Grant was the guy he was dating, and I did not even catch this guy's name. Did we get his name over the phone?
No, but I looked it up on IMDb. It's like, there's the M. I just can't.
It's weird. I feel like we are introduced to some of these characters so subtly, where I want to know their name, but sometimes it's not even mentioned in the show. Thankfully, everyone else's was in the show, but there's that small part that I wonder if they are going to come back to that, if we are going to learn more about this guy, if we're going to see him in the future. That was one thing we were talking about as a panel, or something I really wanted, was a consistent relationship of any sort with Sam. Because a lot of the time, it's from episode to episode, we have one guy who maybe she's crushing on, one guy who she hooked up with, and it's never consistent throughout the series. It's one episode.
I can understand. Especially you watch the show, and this is a character that's the main character. You always want them to have some type of relationship, a plot of something, some sort that kind of builds up, not just okay, so
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that does move us to the concert. So we went with Sam, her daughter Max, and her daughter's friend Paisley.
And her friend Macy.
And they're all together, and they're going into this concert. Sam's trying to get on the phone. I've never...
A Joe Walsh concert.
Yeah, sorry. It's a Joe Walsh. I don't know if you're aware of his music. But he seemed like a low-key guy, because it was a small concert venue.
Small concert. I'm surprised that her kids were not her kids, but Sam's kid and her best friend Paisley were so into the concert. It seems like that music wasn't something that would be played for their generation.
I completely agree. They were the most excited I've ever seen.
They were more excited than Sam. And I feel like Sam probably may have grown up with his music.
I completely agree. My question is, have you ever been to a concert and tried to move to the floor?
Oh my God, recently? Yeah, that just happened. And I've never done it, but my friend Matt, shout out to Matt, we went to go see Demi Lovato and Nick Jonas.
Did you?
Yes. And so he was like, I'm looking down and those seats look empty, we should go. And I was like, I've never done this before. So I was like, okay. So then we went.
Did it work?
And I don't know what happened. Honestly, no, you know what? What happened is we're walking up there, and for some reason, I have a really photographic memory. So I could I just memorized the numbers or whatever that were coming up. Oh, so I saw what number we were. So then the guy comes and he's like, where's your ticket? And he kept asking, where's your ticket? I was like, is this section 110 or 109, whatever? He's like, Oh no, that's two more sections down, because he was like really like, where's your tickets? Where are your tickets?
Oh my gosh.
And I kept saying, is this section 110? Is this section 110? And he was like, section 110 is that way. I was like, phew. And then we just went back to our seats. I was like, yeah, this is probably not our
scary.
luck. Yeah. So
oh my gosh. Yeah.
Never again.
I haven't like snuck down. I've heard it's more tricky than it seemed when Max just did it with her friend. I love that Sam and Macy tried first, and they're like, it's not gonna work. They gave up. And then when Max was like, I'm gonna go try, they're like, okay, good luck. He's not just gonna let you in.
I especially love when like they did try Sam and Macy, and the guy was like, hey, aren't you that therapist from that show? And then she's like, and Macy's like, yeah, she is. He's like, yeah, I am. It's like, that was some crazy shit.
Yeah.
She's like, so still no to the floor. Yeah, still no to the floor.
That's a bummer. But the thing is, it's like, in that moment, you think, oh, well, it's his job. And then when he lets Max and her friend in, you're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I guess it's all about being hot and young.
All about being hot and young.
I guess when I get old, I'm just going to have to try my best to look young and hot so I can still get
into the floor to go see Joe Walsh.
Yes, Joe Walsh.
But then also, this is a quite eventful concert, because there's some hooking up.
There's a lot of,
There's a lot of tea
that's going on.
Yeah.
It's like a web or a triangle. I don't even know.
I know. So basically, just to sum it up, so we have Paisley, who blew Aaron, who we met briefly.
Yes.
Then we have Macy, who like disappeared off, and turns out she blew Aaron's dad. When does that? I don't even.
So weird.
And then the most awkward part is that Sam completely guessed it, and when they were outside, I cannot even imagine. I mean, honestly, Sam is such a cool mom, because she has such good communication skills. The fact that she can like have this discussion with Max's friend. Have you ever had a conversation even remotely like that with a friend's mom?
My mom is kind of like a Sam.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why, like, I was kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. Because I don't know, it's different. Because then, like, you know, people want to confide in her, or vice versa. I feel comfortable confiding in her too. So then it's not like weird. I'm not like scared to say anything. And I actually get like better advice than like sometimes like asking a friend, because my mom's like older, so I feel like she's more knowledgeable. Yeah. So yeah. So I was like, I get it. Yeah.
I understand. That's awesome. But I loved that moment that they had. Except Max, Max bothers me so much. Every single time I think Max isn't going to bug me.
I don't understand why she was so upset about it.
See, I'd love to get your insight here, because this is your first episode. Do you think Max is very whiny and annoying?
I don't understand. I was like, yeah. Like if I was my mom and that was like my friend telling, I would be like, whoa. But I don't know, maybe for her, she's not comfortable with people knowing that her mom is so open, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's just like, dang it, like, you know what I mean? Because she's probably used to being around other people's parents who are more reserved, and she's probably like, dang it, like, I don't want you to be so open, you know? It might like freak my friend out that you're so open like this, you know what I mean?
And
because
I guess
you don't understand how Paisley might be. She like, luckily she's cool about it, but what if she was like, oh God, like, I don't want to you know, tell you, but at least she thinks she's cool enough to let her know, like, yeah, I did blow Aaron, so that's why that was that awkward moment over there by the bar. But
I totally get that where that's coming from, because I mean, Paisley totally could have been uncomfortable. Just from my experience, just watching this show and who Max is as a character, she whines and complains and is embarrassed by like everything her mom does. Yeah, but like we keep thinking she's gonna get better. A few episodes ago, she was talking about how she wants to grow up, and her, Sam was telling her she can be whoever she wants to be. Even just the last episode when she had her heart broken, she seemed guilty. She told Max told Sam, I'm sorry, I've been such a brat. And like every viewer was like, yep, you have. Yep, we got that. And so every single time that she has these sweet moments, I think she'll change and it goes right back to whining.
How old is she?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure how old she is. I think it's, you know what? I think she's 15 or 16. Yeah, I want to say 16.
I mean, maybe she's just, I don't know. I can call myself being pretty bitchy.
Really?
At 15, 16. I mean, I don't know. I'll try to give her the benefit of the doubt. I probably need to watch the episodes, and then I'll probably be like, never mind, I don't give her the benefit of the doubt anymore. I don't like her. But
like, this was not the worst episode, Max. Like, you need to watch them, because It is, yeah. For all of you guys watching this, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of Max, because I think she's so whiny and annoying and makes me not want to have children.
Is she like this when her mom gives her advice? Or like, when I feel like, I don't know, even though like my mom's a cool mom, sometimes I'm like, dude, I really don't want the commentary. Like, I really don't. I can do it on my own. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe that's how she feels.
It's possible.
Hopefully, or she's just being a brat just because she wants to.
Actually an episode where she was whining to her mom about the fact that she wanted Sam to buy her weed. And then was like, Mom, everyone's doing it. Why can't, like, she was whining about that. Like, it's not just embarrassing stuff with, like, her friends where maybe Sam was making her friends uncomfortable. It's, like, everything. She whines about everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But anyways, they go home from the concert, and then we move to, I believe, the next kind of portion of the show, which was about the divorce table.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
I know. Divorce table.
So I guess she got stuck with this huge table in the divorce and now doesn't know what to do with it. So she wants to, I've never had this like happen to me where I had to call movers to get rid of something. And I've only moved a few times in my life, and I've just like, I haven't had enough stuff to need a moving truck.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's like to have movers take something to the dump. Do they actually charge you? Have you heard?
My mom moved recently, but I don't even remember. Like, I was just like, okay, well, all my stuff's packed up, so I'm gonna go back to my dorm. Okay, well, bye. And the movers took everything. So I don't know.
That guy was super creepy. The one that was actually
taking
like
the meat off the bones and
yeah, he was weird. So Sam decided that she didn't want to pay $200 to have them sell it to someone else. Like, I mean, I wouldn't either. That's so, it just isn't fair and it's annoying. And she's like, I'm not gonna do that. That's a ripoff for me.
Yeah, you might as well just put it online. She should have just put it online.
She totally should. Like Craigslist. Put on Craigslist, girl. But then she tells them, she's like, okay, I changed my mind. And they just stand there. That was scary.
Yeah, I was like...
They were talking in Bulgarian, and they were saying, well, we don't know what they were saying. It just said talking in Bulgarian in the subtitles. But it seems like they're either going to charge her more or just wait until she changes her mind. So she's like, oh, I have books and I have chicken. I also don't really know how to defrost a chicken aside from, do you just leave it out?
Yeah, you leave it out. Or you can put it in water. That will defrost it quicker, too.
If you put it in water?
Yeah, like, if you're, like, in your sink, like, you put, like, the stopper. And
how
then,
long?
Like, I don't know. Like, that chicken looked like a big whole chicken, so probably, like, that would take a few hours.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, because I don't know. I've had turkeys so many times for Thanksgiving, and I feel like...
Do you cook?
I don't... Well, I cook when it's mandatory. Like, let my mom hear this, and she's like, yeah, because you don't ever want to help me in the kitchen, and I don't. But, I mean, if I have to eat, then I cook, so...
Yeah, I cook if I have to eat.
I have to eat, and I don't want to eat, like, unhealthy crap. Like, they need to have a healthy fast food place. I don't know why they...
my gosh,
I'm going to create one because I need, you know...
My go-to meal is the Trader Joe's turkey meatballs.
Oh, I know, because last week
oh my god,
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna make meatballs and then I'm coming right back.
I did say that. I did do that.
And I was like, oh, you're making them? You're like, no, they're just from Trader Joe's. They're frozen.
See, that's the end of my cooking expertise. Like, I get them frozen. I don't have to defrost them. I shove them in the oven. 30 minutes, long time, and boom, they're done. 30 minutes later, it's great. So, anyways, she ends up giving this guy, the creepy guy, 2 chickens, and then asks him how to cook it. And he says that weird line of like, oh gosh, you had it. What did he say?
Like, the way I cook chicken, it's gonna take the meat off the
right
bone.
off the bones. Yeah, and that was so creepy.
The delivery. I was like, okay.
He was shady.
He was weird.
I
thought he was gonna be like, oh, I'm probably just gonna make a little chicken salad. Gonna grill it up, you know, add a little seasoning salt and like I thought he was gonna give a recipe, but nope.
But nope. Gotta be creepy. So then Sam goes on a mission to find anyone else to help her move this table.
Yes.
And she wants someone with a truck. Mm-hmm. Where did she go? She went to a center of some sort.
Well, I know, like, in certain areas you can go and people will be waiting here on the corner to like get work. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I didn't even know that.
Usually immigrants, because like they're not they can't work because they're not documented. So they're like, I need to make money somehow. Yeah. So I'm just gonna wait here till somebody comes and ask me to just do some type of handiwork. And I'll
So
do
this
it.
is a realistic situation,
Yeah, it's a realistic
especially
situation.
in like LA.
Yeah,
So she
exactly.
goes to find someone, and no one has a truck aside from this one guy who is so creepy, another creep,
Yes.
and comes up to her and says, I have a truck.
I can follow you.
I can follow you to where? Your
Your
house?
house?
And then it immediately switched to the clips of Sam taking the two guys who don't have a truck, which was great. But while that was happening, were you like, what is she going to do with them? Like, are they going to carry it to the dumpster?
I don't know what. Yeah, that's weird. Because usually, like, I feel like they come and like help you like do landscaping or something weird, or like not like move the table.
I just don't know where
feel like
they're moving the table to.
Yeah. Did they move it? No.
They moved it to the backyard.
Yeah,
at the
backyard,
end.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
But they didn't get rid of it. So I was wondering why she paid them $50 just to move it to the backyard. So that actually.
Yeah, that's actually really weird now.
Yeah, so it brings us to the end, this dinner scene that I was not expecting. It was kind of random for me, but then does kind of tie back together with the chicken. Sam's calling everyone downstairs to come on. We're gonna eat food outside.
Well, I do see Max being still bratty.
Yeah.
Even she didn't want to come down for dinner.
Does want to? Oh my gosh! I wish I had a home cooked meal every night. I wish my mom was still making dinner. Mom, it's okay. I'll learn to cook one day. But she brings everyone outside. Duke is real excited. I don't think I've ever been that excited to eat outside.
I know. Like, oh my god, eating outside.
I'm like,
It's like having
chill.
class outside or something.
That was really exciting before. Why was that so exciting?
I know. Like today, class will be conducted outside.
And
like,
then everyone freaks out. Yeah, as if that's any more freedom than you'd have inside. It's
I'm
not.
still being taught a lesson. It's just not inside the classroom.
It's the same thing. And then she brings the two guys that she found to help her carry the table, and we learned that she literally just had them carry it to the backyard to have this meal, because turns out, I think, this is what I got from it, that guy, creepy guy, did teach her how to cook that chicken. Because she cooked it.
Yeah, true.
So whatever he said that we didn't hear, that I wish we did hear because I could have taken some notes, they ended up eating the chicken with everyone. And then it was just a really happy dinner scene. Phyllis joined.
Yeah, I know, she
with
did.
flowers. She was all
Whole
ready.
family, great. It was so funny to see that the movers were there at the table, because I was like, oh, they pan out, and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
the movers there eating dinner too?
Yeah, they were all
Yeah.
together, happy family.
I loved it.
It was a really
Good
cute
ending.
ending.
Yeah.
For sure. But that pretty much wraps up both of these episodes. So let's hop into some predictions.
Predictions. How does this show? Oh, whoa!
I loved your reaction.
Like,
Ooh.
ooh.
Okay, what do you think's gonna happen?
All right, I don't know, because I've dealt with a lot. Well, I'm doing another FX show. I did another FX show, and it was never like, it wasn't really like a episodic type show. So is this one like something new every time, or is there?
It's kind of episodic, but there's definitely new just new storylines every episode, but I do think
So
it
doesn't
does
like really build, like the last episode doesn't really build off the next one.
not too much.
Yeah.
I don't think they're completely disconnected, but I do think we could see that guy who we saw in the beginning of the episode in the next episode if they choose to talk about that.
I think FX is doing that, because we were just thinking like, well, I don't know, it may be Atlanta, it may be FX, who knows, but yeah, that I want to see. I want to see a relationship. Now that you're saying that, I'm like,
Me too.
Who's this guy? I'm always interested in a guy.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I would love to see that guy again. And I think we will see him again because of how he was introduced in this episode.
Yes.
And how we know that she is now consistently using him for sex, we think. So I think we're going to see him more.
She's having sex with him without a condom.
I know that could be real bad.
That could be some type of conflict later, but I don't know.
That really could. And I also think that Max is going to whine a lot more, but that's just my prediction. But yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you so much for filling in today.
No problem. This was so fun. And yeah, I'm going to go binge watch this weekend for sure.
Do it.
And you can you can find me on Twitter. I was like, what? Okay. You can find me on Twitter at Ray Taylor Gang and on Instagram at Rhelin Taryn. And thank you again for having me.
Yeah, and you can follow us here at AfterBuzz on YouTube, on iTunes, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram at AfterBuzz TV, and you can follow me at Renee Ariel on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, and you can watch us at 11 o'clock. We're going to be recapping TV Land's Younger. It's great. So if you guys like Younger, or if you guys just want to see us again once more,
check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.